Well, whether you like it or not, Halloween is just around the corner, and it is a big thing in Britain these days, isn't it, Devil? Never too far away, is he? Never too far away. The shops are full of stick-on warts, illuminous Dracula teeth, fake blood, witches' hats, ghostly costumes, pitchforks, that sort of business. It turns out last year 7 million of those Halloween costumes ended up in the bin. Now, the environmental charity Hubbub is trying to do something about that. They've launched a So Spooky campaign. So, spelt S-E-W. That gives you a clue. So Spooky. It's aimed at getting us to make our own costumes and not being so wasteful with the ones you buy. Let's talk to the charity's Sarah Divall now. She's on the line at the moment. Let's get her on the show. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right, thanks. It sounds to me as if Halloween's a bit of a disaster when it comes to the environment, is it?
Yeah, I mean, Halloween suddenly becomes so massive in the UK. We're buying more and more costumes every year, but like you said, 7 million of them end up going straight in the bin. And a lot of them only worn once, so people will buy it for Halloween, they'll wear it, and then the next day they'll throw it straight in the bin.
Which is no good to anybody, is it?
No good to anybody. So not only is it wasteful, but obviously those are also amazing costumes that have probably only ever been worn once and then have just been sat on the hanger that somebody else could be wearing.
And often they're not cheap, Sarah, are they?
Not cheap at all. I think we spend on average just under £20 on Halloween costumes every year, which is a crazy amount of money. In total, we spent last year £510 million buying Halloween costumes. So we're investing a huge amount of money into this. It's the second most popular holiday after Christmas. We're really getting into the Halloween spirit.
So you wear your Halloween costume on the 31st of October, you come home at night and you stick it in the bin. Why do you do that? Why don't we keep them for future Halloweens if they've only been worn once? What's wrong with us?
I think people want to make sure that they don't end up wearing the same costume to the same party with the same people next year. So they want to feel like they've got something new, or they want to change their looks up. So Spooky is here to kind of offer people a way to do that without having to buy a brand new costume every year.
Yes.
So we're encouraging people to swap costumes with their friends and family, to reuse and remake ones they've already got so they can change something to be slightly different, or to go the whole hog and make their own costume.
No, you see, there's nothing wrong in making your own Halloween costume. There was nothing better in my day, and I go back a bit, than the dress. We had the dressing up box in our house, didn't you, in yours when we were kids?
Yeah, and you can just make anything out of the bits and pieces that you have in there.
So are people catching on to this So Spooky campaign, the idea of chopping, changing, swapping and making your own? What's the reaction been?
The reaction's been so good. We're in London Metropolitan University today. We've got workshops and a big clothes swap that's happening. And then we've got other events that are going on in North London all week for kids and for students as well. So everyone's been really up for it, just kind of getting stuck in and learning how to sew bits and pieces together, or swapping costumes that they haven't worn in ages for something new. It's been great. Everyone's getting so spooky.
The only problem, of course, is I have fancy dress boutiques the length and breadth of the 2 counties, and their owners will now be shaking their fists at the radio in anger because this, as you just said, this is their Christmas, actually. This is where they make all of their money. You can't knock them a living, can you?
Absolutely. And there's a great thing to be said for investing in something that you're going to wear again and again and again.
Yes.
If you can buy a costume that you really love and that you can adapt to be something else the year after just by tweaking a few bits and pieces, then you can still support all of those businesses.
Is throwing away your Halloween costume really such a threat to the environment? How much of an effect is it having, this?
The volume being thrown away is massive. So if you think about 7 million costumes going straight in the bin every year, and that's adding obviously to a much wider problem of us throwing away textiles from clothes that we've only worn a few times or we bought and they don't fit us. So this has happened seasonally. It's one day a year, but textile waste is a massive problem all year round. So the campaigns that we run trying to get people to fall back in love with their wardrobe, value the clothes that they have, learn how to get into a bit of the make, do, amend spirit.
That's a good message, don't get me wrong. How can we find out more about So Spooky?
You can head to our website, which is www.hubbub.org.uk, or you can follow the hashtag on Twitter. All of the information is on there.
Have you knocked up a couple of witches' costumes then for this year? Could you do me a devil? Do you think or a Dracula?
Absolutely.
Do me a Dracula.
Yeah, I'll put one in the post.
You're a wonderful lady. Sarah, thank you very much indeed for your time, and good luck with the campaign. It's one different way of looking at Halloween that I don't think we've looked at in this way before, so well done.
Thank you.
And good luck with the campaign, as I say. Sarah Divall is from Hubbub. It's a charity. It's an environmental charity. And the idea is this. 7 million Halloween costumes end up straight in the bin after October the 31st. So make your own. Or swap them. Or use them again. Easy. So Spooky is the name of the campaign.